Okay, all right, folks. And here we are, March 9th, Reformed Apologist Channel live stream. It's me, Dave, with you here. Let me try to make this look right. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm not actually fat, I just have like several layers on here. As you can see, this is my living situation here. Welcome in. All right. So this is just to revise and extend my remarks from yesterday. Welcome everyone. I was kind of on the fly, so I'm sorry about that. Maybe I didn't do like as good of a job as I wanted to do. So test, is this working right? Test. So I talked about several things, including this Tucker Carlson mess. Okay, give me a second to gather my thoughts here. Already. Man, it's been such a rainy day here, man. And the storm started again in here, California. So I was just worried here my microphone is working or not. I think it probably is. What does this do? That's mute. Okay. You can still buy my score fragment, like I was talking about yesterday. Message me through my business email that you can find in my channel. And have the Cash App ready, like I said. Should be good. And so I talked about that. And as for the other stuff, no, let's start in on this again. I found this on James White's Twitter, and I'm kind of redoing this right now. At first, I did not know what Tucker Carlson had even said. I had not watched it yet, so now that I watched it, I can speak more confidently. I'm behind it 100%. I don't hear a problem with what the guy's saying, because Tucker Carlson. Okay, when I say the guy, I mean Tucker Carlson. So I don't have a problem with what he's saying. He was talking about new footage they released from the Capitol from January 6th, which does, as these many sources seem to indicate, it does seem to indicate that the gathering, if you will, on January 6th was actually mostly peaceful. And Carlson, of course, admits more than 100 assaults on officers, but he's telling us now and reminding the people that know that the so-called deaths of officers were suicides. I guess I had not heard that. So this is probably the claim that's getting people like all riled up. But I watched some of this footage, and yeah, man, that looks different from what the media reported. It's really been hidden. So I would just encourage people to then go ahead and go on and look for yourself. Go on the Fox News channel, YouTube, and look at what Tucker Carlson is actually saying, because it's pretty eye-opening. I did not know that. And the footage does seem to show that people were just sort of walking in peaceably, and the main guy that everyone thought was being bad, what do they call that guy again? The guy that had the horns on. They call him the QAnon shaman. Yeah. The QAnon shaman, he was practically enabled or facilitated by officers. He had officers walking him around and stuff and showing him around, like, hey, let's take this guy around, let him look at everything. And they're sort of taking him by the hand, walking him around, showing him things. I did not know that. And this guy's sitting in prison. That is really weird. It's a strange cover-up, man. So I don't think Tucker Carlson is lying. I don't think that's lying. But he does have a biased show. He is it's understood by me as an opinion show where he's actually communicating mostly with the right-wing Republicans. So when he talks, he's giving a biased opinion to begin with. That's the fact of the matter. So if you're not with that, you have to view it with a filter. But if he's telling the truth, So be it. And that's how opinions work. You have it's like a thesis statement or a research paper where you have your thesis statement, then you have your supporting evidence and facts supporting what it is that you're trying to say overall, and your explanation beneath each of those things. So anyway, like I said yesterday, he can't be catering to both the Democrats and the Republicans when he talks, or he starts to develop tics like that. And I'm trying to talk out of both sides of my mouth. You know what I mean? So he has to have himself all composed and be communicating an opinion that's comprehensible to the right. You know. So anyway, when I was looking at this stuff on James White's Twitter, sorry, it's been kind of a long day. James White's Twitter, where he was showing people this statement by Schumer about Rupert Murdoch and stuff, and Tucker Carlson, these people talking who are just shocked by what Tucker Carlson is saying. Just shocked. They just think to skin him alive, like I said. And I was trying to tell people yesterday, like, dude, is it that shocking to you that the media lies or gives misinformation or disinformation? And this is me talking without having seen the Tucker Carlson footage. I know already you can't always count on what the media says, man. Come on now. You have to check things out for yourself. But now that I check into it, come to find out what he's saying is fine. What Tucker Carlson is saying is fine. I didn't know there's new footage that had been hidden. So, okay, so this is making the point for me. This stuff on Twitter is making the point for me fantastically. Because see, this was able to put together with James, Buddy James from Santa Monica, which is that what we have going on here, and this is how this relates to the theology stuff. What we have going on here is pelagianism, basically, and semi-pelagianism. And I'll tie this all together. I'm telling you. Pelagianism is a heresy in which they think there's no fall of man. So there's no innate sinful corrupt nature that spread from Adam and Eve, the fall of man, onward. Okay, so raw Pelagianism has that going for it, whereas semi-Pelagianism has it to where there is a form of correction that spread to all men, but it's not so that people can't inwardly repent or inwardly seek God in a first step towards salvation, where that first step is of man's effort. Okay, man can in fact theologically, in a godly way, pull himself up by his own bootstraps. That's semi-Pelagianism. So what I think it is a widespread Pelagianism where people do not believe that there was a fall of man. And this is of the left, okay? This is of the left. They don't think there was a fall of man. They think we're all living in a state of harmony until some Republican talks. And that's what breaks our harmony. Like this guy, Tucker Carlson, talked. And this guy is ruining the vibe now, right? Whereas before we were all in harmony together. Everything was working fine like clockwork. Now this guy talked and said something, and that's not cool, dude. And now this breaking through, that's like ruining my buzz, man. That's ruining my buzz, and it's really killing everything, you know. This kind of just making fun of what they think like. Okay, but I think it's Pelagianism, and that's what the leftist people have, because they weren't taught like of the Bible and stuff. They think there is no fall of man that spread through everything, and we're all living in a state of harmony, etc. Distribute the whole thing. Hopefully you get what I'm trying to say. So when I read this stuff on Twitter from James White's people commenting, that's what I immediately see. And I was going to mention it yesterday. It just didn't come across my lips. So that's how it ties together with the apologetic stuff. It's Pelagianism. Go figure. Perfect example, prime example. You can see for yourself. Go ahead and look on James White's Twitter. Look at what he shared from Schumer talking about Tucker Carlson, all the comments people are making. They apparently think that everything was working fine. The media always tells the truth. The media always tells the truth. Everything was working perfect harmony until all of a sudden, Tucker Carlson made this gap, made just one mistake, and lied, and now everything's falling apart. Democracy, the whole world is falling apart. You see what I mean? So, okay. Then I investigated farther. Come to find out, there's not even a problem with what Tucker Carlson's even saying. He's talking about new footage that's never been seen before. Dude, seriously. Overreacting. I didn't check out for myself what it is about the officers' deaths because he's saying, Carlson seems to be saying these officers committed suicide. He said 4 of them committed suicide after the Capitol gathering, January 6th, as a result of, and that was after the gathering. Wow. And then the one guy they're always talking about, that guy never died anyway. So those are interesting. I don't think that's equal to a Holocaust denier. Okay. That's not like a Holocaust denier. What we have here is just someone trying to break through with the truth up and against what has been said over and over again. By the virtue of the fact they've hidden footage from us to where we couldn't see what it really looked like. Lo and behold, a Democratic president was in power. Is that how they withheld the footage? Yes, possibly. Look at the footage for yourself. Decide for yourself. Okay, I'm not the king of the planet. I don't dictate it. Go ahead and look at the footage. Does that look violent to you? I didn't realize that the rioters or the protesters on January 6th actually had a permit. They had a permit to be at the Capitol. They prepared a permit with the federal government to go over there. Interesting, man. That's a sense of decency. I did not know that. But Tucker Carlson is saying, by and large, it was peaceful. And there was some violence. There was over 100 assault on officers. Okay. Yesterday when I was talking, I kind of innately thought that's what he's saying. That by and large, overall peaceful. We had some people acting a little bit out of line there. But I looked at it. I looked at the new footage. I said, yeah, it looks like they just kind of went in slowly and kind of occupied the territory. And it's thousands of people coming in. You know, with thousands of people coming in, some of them are bound to be a little bit rambunctious, try to break windows and doors and stuff. I saw that too. So, okay, yeah, I think by and large it looked peaceful to me too. By and large, it did not look violent. It didn't look like a bunch of people with violent intent. They're walking peaceably, kind of going around, being led around by officers and stuff. And I'll be happy to share that to Facebook. I just didn't know. I was in the dark until that was shared to me. So anyway, so I don't want to drone on and on and on about all this stuff. But yeah, the pelagianism, that's a new finding by me. As I was talking with Buddy James, I started to realize what he was saying as well, that this might have been an answer to what he was also trying to tell me. So that's why it's important to stick to sound doctrine. Here I have a nice chart from CARM, which is a creation ministry. Basically, they have interesting stuff. This is by Matt Slick. Matt Slick comes up a lot to me, but he has a nice chart of Pelagianism versus semi-Pelagianism. In Pelagianism, man is not a sinner by nature. Semi-Pelagianism, man is a sinner by nature. Well, you can go down and look at it, but I'm almost done here. I don't want to talk on and on and on. Yeah, to the person listening, you probably didn't catch this, but I'm selling my score fragment here. Welcome to buy that. If you go to my business email and you happen to have Cash App. And that'll be all for this evening. Yeah, I've been weathering the storm here, so man, wow. Seriously. Have a good one. Yep.